If you missed the daily space science news updates, here's the weekly edit with all the stories. We talked about interacting galaxies, hot Saturns, hot Jupiters, NASA cancelling the Viper mission, and plenty more. Please drop a like and share the video if you enjoy the content. It seems hard to believe, but JWST has been returning science data to Earth for 2 years. The images and results have been nothing short of spectacular, with many new insights into multiple areas of astronomy and astrophysics, from black holes to galaxy evolution, and even exoplanet discoveries. To celebrate the 2-year anniversary, the Space Telescope Science Institute has released this new web image of 2 interacting galaxies shown below. The pair are known together as ARP-142, and it's thought this merger started somewhere between 25 and 75 million years ago, when the 2 individual galaxies, NGC 2936 and 2937, first passed each other. Also called the Penguin and Egg galaxies, in a few hundred million years, they will have looped around each other a few more times and merged into a single galaxy. This is a really cool way to celebrate JWST's 2nd anniversary, and I'm sure many more incredible images and exciting discoveries lie ahead. There's also a YouTube video where you can take a tour of ARP-142 with a link in the description. In the Gaelic tradition, Smertrios is the god of war. In astronomy, it's the name given to exoplanet HD 149026b. Planet is a hot Saturn that orbits about 4 million miles from its parent star in just 3 Earth days. The same face of Smertrios is always pointed towards the star, and that permanent daytime side hits temperatures of around 1400 Celsius. The real surprises of Smertrios come from its winds and the fact that the planet is one of the most metal-rich and densest gas giants ever discovered. First spotted in 2005 and observed by JWST in 2023, researchers have now used the Carmenes spectrograph on the Cala Alto Observatory in Spain to confirm water in the atmosphere of the planet, and also to figure out that the incredibly fast winds that often blow on tidally locked planets from the hot day side to the colder night side actually blow the opposite way around on Smertrios. Hopefully these observations will help shed some light on how planets like Smertrios are formed. Just one note of caution, this research has not yet been peer-reviewed, but it is available on the archive preprint server. Yesterday we talked about a hot Saturn-type exoplanet called Smertrios that is so close to its star it takes just a few days to orbit with surface temperatures over 1400 Celsius. How these hot gas giant-type planets form and get so close to their stars has been a mystery, but scientists now think they may have discovered a hot Jupiter exoplanet in the process of forming. Discovered by NASA's TESS satellite in 2020, this exoplanet has a highly elongated orbit. If it was in our solar system, it would come much closer to the Sun than Mercury and then swing out past the orbit of the Earth, taking about 167 days to complete this elliptical loop. The star is part of a binary system, and scientists think the gravitational interactions between the planet and the 2 stars caused it to go from a more traditional Jupiter-type planet, gradually being pulled into the crazy orbit it has now. Models of the evolution of the orbit into the future show that in about 1 billion years, the planet will have a tight circular orbit around its star and become a hot Jupiter. There's a great article with more details on this exciting discovery over at phys.org. NASA announced yesterday that it is cancelling its robotic Viper mission. The rover was set to explore the lunar South Pole, scouting for ice deposits. The mission had already seen a schedule slip from a planned 2023 launch to 2024 and then 2025. NASA says it has spent about $450 million on the fully assembled lander and cited a tight budgetary environment as the reason for the cancellation. NASA estimates this will save it $84 million in development costs. NASA's 2025 budget for science programs was roughly $1 billion less than the agency said it needed to fully fund all its programs, and has led to some tough decisions over which programs to cut. NASA plans to disassemble the rover and reuse the parts, but has said it will consider offers from industry for the complete rover. Viper was due to fly an Astrobotics Griffin lander, and that will now go ahead as a technology demonstration of Griffin. NASA now plans to complete Viper's science objectives through other means, such as the Lunar Terrain Vehicle that's designed to carry astronauts on the lunar surface, but can also be operated remotely. Something a bit different today, just a few quick pointers to get you to some really cool astronomy stories. First, over at space.com, there's a nice article about NASA's quest to seek sustainable ways to recycle garbage on the moon. There's even an announcement of opportunity for companies or individuals with ideas they want to develop. Next up is an article detailing Space.com's view of the greatest astronomical discoveries of the last 25 years. It's a good read, and see if you think you agree with the list. Over at phys.org, there are details on the surprise contents of a rock on Mars that cracked open when Curiosity rover drove over it. Finally, NASA has an article about the likelihood of finding life beneath the ice crusts of Europa and Enceladus, suggesting that drilling just 20 centimeters below the crust would be enough to determine if amino acids are present. Don't forget to join us live on Twitch on Sunday night at 8 p.m, where we'll talk about all these stories and more. Have a great weekend, and I will see you back here on Monday.